Good afternoon, everyone. Give you a little update on some things I've been doing. I painted this. The package that this came in gave some tips on how to sort of weather this brick wall by taking water and a little dish detergent and then some paint and putting it on there. So I use sort of a brownish paint to get it more weathered and make it look like a little bit older of a rock, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm getting close to putting the scenery down over in this area now. I still have to add this tunnel portal over here, which I will be doing shortly. It's still wet. That stuff, when you paint these portal things, this isn't the portal. I painted it and it stays a little damp. I want it so it's nice and dry, and then I'm going to glue it in. I will have to cut into a little bit off the side here to get it in there. That's why I left this all bare here. And then once that's in there and it's all dry and glued in, then I can finish up the ballast right here on both sides of this road. I can put in that Blair Line, that crossing grade thing, but I also want to weather the roads a little bit. And then put in the lines for this road and also do all the scenery alongside here. And I've also started working on this rock down here. So I've already painted it a base color. This is that foil rock. One that wasn't done yet. So I painted that base color. It's now dry. I can come back over with a black wash on it. I really need to get it dark in these like crevices of the rock. And then come back over again with some sort of white to give it some little highlights here and there. It's that same kind of rock that was on this other facade going up the river road, so it's going to probably look relatively the same. I did kind of go with a different color scheme though to kind of match these ones, and so far I think it looks pretty good. It does need a little bit more work, so I did start doing some more work over here. To finish this off, I still have to do the river rocks on here and then do the river bed. I didn't really get to that with all the wiring of the street lights this week. I wired a heck of a lot of street lights in the town. I still have quite a... Good morning, everyone! So I got some new products for my model railroad. Today we got some fencing. I already opened the package somewhat, just so I could get in there and pull the stuff out. So this stuff is by Kibri, which is a little German company, and it's wooden fencing, and you actually get 7 feet of wooden fencing. This is what it looks like, and it looks like they're all the same. They're about A big, and you know, you would paint this stuff up. I really don't care for this little... This kind of looks like a ranch thing here, but the rest of them, I kind of want to put this stuff around some of my industrial buildings and whatnot, and some of my houses and whatnot. And yeah, it says it comes with 7 feet. I don't know if it's actually 7 feet, but you get 5 total spurs of this stuff, and so this is what it looks like. And it's pretty reasonably priced. I picked this up for under $10, and black bag. And this here was called the Black Rod Iron Fence. It's about all I have left of the package. They have new packaging for all their stuff, and I got this stuff on sale for about $4. It's kind of annoying that something this small is that much money. Is the backside of it. And so you get 4 pieces that are about A long, and then we get 3 pieces, or I think it's only 2. We only get 2 pieces that are this long, and then there are two of these pieces which are got gates on it. I'm not really sure I'm going to be using the gates, but you can see that they are got the gold on it, and they're gold on both sides. The old versions of this only had gold on one side. I actually plan on painting all this fence, maybe more of a green cast iron. But yeah, that's the black iron fence, and it says you get 36 inches of fence. everyone, so this street light is in there. I put this little card behind there so you could see. It's got this white thing here. You can see, there it is. So that took about 3.5 hours to dry with the glue to stand straight up. And, you know, screwing around, putting it in, took about an hour. So it's almost 4 to 5 hours. So I'm thinking I can do one every 4 to 5 hours. I've been working on my different buildings, adding the black stuff in there to get it so that when I light this up it doesn't glow. So I've done that. I'm going to start adding the tint film and diffusion film to the interior of this, but I've also started working on adding the signs to the little businesses. So like the corner here is going to be a pharmacy, and then this here is going to be a bank, and next to it is going to be another business and another business. You can see so these signs are from that Blair Line little signage things. This farmer's bank, drugstore, and then on this side I have the pharmacy or prescriptions sign. And I do another video with these things lit up. So I do have 3 lights on this side, 2 of the arch cast iron, and then in the center I'm putting in the double lampposts. This one gives off a really nice floodlight that should, this is not the buildings and go there, but like just as a interesting perspective. See if that was the building there. This thing here would light up the entire front of those buildings because it gives off so much light. I really am impressed with this one, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's lit. Hey everyone, so I got 3 of the main block street lights in. So these are the arch cast iron, and this is the double lamppost, and that's what they look like lit up. Obviously it's a little harder to see without any buildings there. The buildings are going to be lit up all along that corridor too, down here, as you can see. This one here gives a general flash of light. This is like a big flood. And then these here, and this is all full blast right now. So you can see based upon these cards here on how much light they give off, and not too bad. And this one here is very impressive. Hello everyone, good afternoon. So I finally got the rest of these street lights in for this main block. It's not been very easy getting them in. This one was the hardest. This one was really easy, and that one was hard. I've had some problems getting the wires in the hole and then getting the wires from back here. And I tried getting my hand underneath the layout, and I did crack part of the road doing so. I do want to put another street light here and one here. And then I want to light up the sides. So I kind of pan back. I want to put a light here, and I want to put another light over here, and I want to do the same thing on this side. I'll have a light on this side and then one over here. The ones that are further back are really hard to get. I cannot get my hands underneath, but I did come up with a solution. I got this ruler, and at the tip of the ruler I have tape, so it sticks. So what I do is I shove it underneath the layout in that open section, and I put it down, and the wire sticks to it, and I pull it back out so I can get it in the access hole. It takes quite a bit of time trying to fish out the wire, and it also takes quite a bit of time getting the wire through the hole. The whole gluing process is really easy. I just put some glue on and let it sit there for several hours before attempting to touch it. But you can see they're on there pretty good. Good afternoon everyone. So this is that dairy plant, the rear of it, with the loading dock. I haven't painted a loading dock yet, but I got multiple things. It's got some stairs there on the side, and I had some other video where it showed putting in the support for it. So that's underneath. Still got to paint it so it matches the building, but yeah, that'll go back here. One of these packages of like Scenic details that I've had for a while has some like milk jugs, like the kind you get from a farm, So I'm going to have a bunch of those type of things on the back there. So that's what it looks like. And I might have to fill in over here too, like I did with that foam putty just in the back, so it levels off the dock a little bit. But once I can finish that, then we can do the rest of the ballasting around that track area for all that stuff. That's the only reason why I haven't ballasted those tracks, is so I want to make sure those loading docks would fit there, and then the ballast would be around them things. So yeah, I'll have to paint that up. I'll probably go with that green that's on the bottom of that dairy plant as the loading dock color. And then I'll just do concrete on top. Good morning, everyone! Well, I came across something I couldn't pass up, and that means it's a new product to look at. Fuel tank loading bay. Now, you know I'm doing my coal and fuel area, and I'm trying to do a loading bay, and it's been kind of a pain in the butt. Well, here's something that's pre-built. Now, I don't really like the paint scheme on this. I can tell you right looking in the package that I'm going to repaint it up. Look at what's inside. It's a lot of package for such a small piece. And this here is the fuel tank bay. Now, you could get either separate ones, where there were 2 different ones. You can get one with 3 of them on a rack, or you can get ones with single racks. The single racks only came with 2, though. So, let me see if you can see that. They painted the whole thing green with some brown. I don't really care for that part. I'm going to probably paint this entire wood thing wood color. And then I'm going to go with my tanks with the other tank color that I have. But you can see it's a little loading bay. This is the side of it. Very small. Here's the rear. Other side, kind of the top. But that was called the Imex End Scale and Accessories, item number 6328. And they call it actually Fuel Tank Triple N.